Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video with me, Brooklyn. So today was the first official week of the new year. For me, it was my first official work week. I was on vacation the whole month of December 2023, and I went back to work the 2nd of January 2024, and I'm gonna tell you what, today is Friday, and I am worn out. I believe it's the 5th of January, and I'm worn out. I feel like I've been working all year, and I just started. So I'm hoping the rest of the year goes good for me with my job. Also, I want to say something about my glasses, okay? My glasses sit on my nose. I do not wear these all the time, only when I'm reading. So when I do videos, I have them on my nose when I know I'm going to be reading so I can be prepared. So that's why they're here, because I can't just see out of them looking. They're only for reading, and I can glance down, okay? Wanted to get that out the way. Also, I would love to ask you all, if you have not, could you please consider rate, sharing, and subscribing to my channel? I would love to have you as a part of my family. Okay, so all of that out of the way, I want to come on here today and I want to talk to you all about jealousy. Okay, at some point in your life, you have either experienced jealousy in the form of you were given the jealousy vibes, or you were receiving jealousy vibes from someone else, whether it was a friend or a spouse, family members. Everyone at some point has experienced someone being jealous of them, or themselves being jealous of someone, right? We all know it's not a good feeling to be jealous or to be jealous of. It's just not good, And I want to come on here and address it, because it's a lot of that going around, and you can lose your life being jealous of someone. Spiritually, it breaks you down to the point that you just sometimes can't even function. People have been so jealous of people that they have become obsessed with them, And then you got some people that are so jealous of you that they are obsessed with you. And it wears you down. If you are the receiver, it wears you down because they're constantly harassing you. And if they are the ones giving it, they're being worn down because the spirit of jealousy is harassing them, And a lot of times I've heard the term, God is a jealous God, And the jealous God is a term used in the scriptures to describe God's fervent, and sensitive feelings about his relationship with people. God is jealous for his people because he loves them and does not want them to be led astray by adultery. Okay? God also warns his people that he is a jealous God who will not tolerate their worship of other gods. He's jealous because he loves you. Okay? And he wants the best for you. And his jealousy is meant for good in our lives. Our jealousy is meant for evil and destruction. Okay? Remember, he does not act in flesh. He's a spirit. So his acts are not going to be ours. Remember, flesh is an enemy to God, right? So if flesh is an enemy to God, he's not acting in that. Flesh is evil. Okay, so when you are jealous of someone or they're jealous of you, know that it's a spirit acting behind them, because jealousy is a spirit. It's acting, it's pushing them, it's moving them, but it's also us being selfish. Our flesh is being selfish. You don't want that person to have this job. You don't want them to have this house, the husband, the money, that nice car. That's all envy, and it's selfishness. God is not selfish, and he does not envy. He does not want you worshiping a God who's false. He's offended because he's the one true living God. Why would you worship something that you can throw in the fire for wood? You know how they carve gods out of wood, and they make them out of all these nice stones, and you can drop it and you can break it. You can throw it into the furnace and you can heat it up with wood and cook on the stove. God does not want you. He's offended when you worship idol gods that's not real. They can't help you do anything. He's the one that blesses you with everything that you have. So why would you worship and trust something that has no spirit in it? Now, when I was doing my research, The jealousy, the word jealousy has been mentioned in the Old Testament and the New Testament 42 times. Okay? I found 100 scriptures referring to jealousy. That's a lot that the word is speaking of, right? Of course, I'm not going to read all of it because it's just too much. But now my color is going out because it's cloudy outside. So I'm going in and out. It's because it's dark in here. But I have found 100 scriptures talking on the subject of jealousy in the word. Okay? I chose some to read to you all, and you all can Google it, and y'all can go and y'all can do your further studies, because I'm sure someone looking at this video is going through that at this point. And maybe you don't understand how to handle it. You don't know how to handle it. You could be the one that's feeling jealous, or you could be receiving that from someone, okay? So the first one I'm going to read is James 3:14-16. But if you have bitter jealousy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast and be false to the truth. This is not the wisdom that comes down from above, but is earthly. That's what I was saying, is fleshly. It's not spiritual. God acts in the spirit. Humans have the tendency to walk in the flesh. We have a hard time walking in the spirit, okay? He said, this is not the wisdom that comes down from above, but is earthly, unspiritual, and demonic. Okay, jealousy is demonic. So if you are suffering with that right now, feeling it towards somebody, you need to ask the Lord to help you with that, because it's unspiritual and it's demonic, okay? For where jealousy and selfish ambitions exist, there will be disorder and every vile practice. When someone is jealous of you, they will kill you. They will take your life. They will unalive you. If you let jealousy take over in you, you can unalive someone, because all kinds of vile spirits and vile acts come with the spirit of jealousy, okay? Proverbs 6:34. For jealousy makes a man furious, and he will not spare when he takes revenge. Just say your spouse is jealous. A lot of people wind up unaliving people because they are jealous. Their wife is out here flirting with somebody, or her husband is flirting with somebody. Next thing you know, she done unalived her husband and the woman, or he done unalived his wife and the man. Because they're jealous. They take revenge. You're hurting them. They feel as though you're hurting them. Sometimes you don't have to be doing anything. Sometimes you just don't, maybe you don't want to be with the person anymore. I was in a relationship when I didn't want to be with a guy anymore. He harassed me. He was so jealous that I wanted to move on, that he harassed me. He harassed me so much. I was like, I'm going to have to go into hiding. This man's harassing me so much. You know? And they will take revenge on you because they feel rejected. They feel alienated. They feel like they are the ones being done wrong. Because jealousy, it distorts the thinking. It distorts your mind. So if you are suffering with jealousy towards somebody, whether it's your husband, whether it's your wife, your cousin, your best friend, your neighbor, you need to get that under control, because it's not good and it's not safe. It's just not. You know, we're talking people are in prison because of jealousy. You know, people are not here on earth anymore because of jealousy. I went to school with a girl who someone jumped out from behind a tree and slit her face because they was jealous of her. She was dating a guy that they liked, and they jumped out from behind a tree when she was walking home from school and slit her face. I remember when I was going to school in Brooklyn, and I was on the bus, the city bus going to school, and it was like 4 girls who didn't like me. And they were plotting out loud what they were going to do to me when we got off the bus at the stop. I took 2 buses to school in Brooklyn, right? So we got to the bus stop at the first bus to get off, to get on the next bus to take us on to school. But instead, I didn't get off. I just stayed on that bus and got off at another stop. But they were talking about cutting my hair, because I had very long hair in high school. They talked about cutting my hair. They were going to cut my face. They were talking out loud. The Lord had them talking out loud because I was walked into the trap. I had no idea these girls felt that way about me. I knew them. But I had no idea that they felt that way about me. I had to go to school and go home another way until I went and told my mother, and she went to everyone's house and threatened to call the police and things like that. So you have to be careful, because they will take revenge on you and you haven't done anything, you know? And it's just crazy. You can see people, they're dressing like you, they're starting to talk like you. I used to work at a plant, and there was another girl there named Tracy too. I'm Tracy, she's Tracy. And I started noticing that I would wear my hair in a ponytail, just say on Monday. And I would wear some hoop earrings. This was the 80s. You know how we dressed in the 80s. She would come to work on Tuesday with her hair in a ponytail and hoop earrings, okay? Then maybe on Wednesday, I would switch it up. I started doing it on purpose because I started noticing her. I'll maybe put my hair in 2 cornrows on Wednesday and maybe some stud earrings. Well, on Thursday, she would come in with 2 cornrows and stud earrings. She was mimicking me. And they say that, you know, that's flattery, but it's creepy to me. It's creepy to me when people are just mimicking you from head to toe. It's creepy to me. It's not flattery, not to me, because you should have your own sense of style and your own personality, right? So the next one I'm going to read is Exodus 34:14. For you shall worship no other God, for the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. He does not want us worshiping other gods and putting them before him, because without him, we are nothing. Without him, we're not successful. So to worship another God and give another God, whatever it may be, the glory and the thanks for something that they did not do, their hand created by man. Man did not create God. God created man. So how are you worshiping something that was created and molded by a man, and got it in your house, praying to it, or in your car, on your desk at work, wearing it around your neck, whatever the case may be, and a man created it. Even statues of Jesus and pictures of Jesus. I don't have religious artifacts in my house, but people actually pray to those statues. Jesus is not a statue. God is not a statue. So he does not like that. He does not want us doing those things because it's disrespectful and dishonorable to him. You know, so that's the form of jealousy that he's looking at, the spiritual realm, for your soul's sake. We are jealous because we are just full of evil. And like I said again, if you're going through that with someone, doing it to you, or you're doing it to someone, pray and ask the Lord to get you out of that situation, because it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. You know, Deuteronomy 4:24. The Lord your God is a consuming fire, a jealous God. He's jealous. He does not want you worshiping other gods and false gods. And really and truly, you shouldn't want to. You shouldn't want to. Just say, just put it in the human form. You're taking care of your children. You're taking care of your husband. You're taking care of your wife, or whatever the case may be, right? But they are showing other people all the appreciation. You know how family members are. You do all you can for them, but they show everybody else appreciation. People that's not doing anything for them, they don't give a flip-flop about them. But they just flip over backwards when they come to the house, tripping over the furniture to get to the door, in there frying them up fish and making them some yellow rice and some pinto beans and cornbread. But when you come around, take them to the store, you know, give them gas money, take them to the doctor, they don't even want to say thank you. That offends you. I know people that's happening to. That offends you. That's how God feels, but he is looking at it in the spiritual sense, where we're looking at it as in the flesh, the physical, you know. A way you can tell somebody is jealous of you, they may not say it, and they may be in your face talking to you. Pay attention to their conversation when you're talking to them. If they change subjects all of a sudden, if something good happens to you. Or you're talking to them and you're talking about something, and they go, mm-hmm. I have somebody that does that to me periodically. When they talk to me and we're talking about different things that's going on, they're telling me about their job and what they bought and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, good. So when I start talking about what I done, Mm. Mm-hmm. That's somebody that's hating on you. That's somebody that's hating on you. When they are changing the subject, don't want to hear what you have to say, and they are, mm-hmm. You don't say, mm-hmm. When you happy for somebody, you be like, oh, okay. You don't be like, mm-hmm. So you have to pay attention. And once you figure it out, because you might not see it off rip, but once you figure it out, it's best to separate yourself from somebody who's jealous of you, because that's not good. That's not a friend. Normally, now, before we had the C19, I used to wear my makeup every day. I had my lipstick on, my foundation, my powder, my blush. I was beat every day going to work. But once we had to start wearing the mask, I just, wash my face with black soap and put me some oil overlay on. I keep it moving, right? I don't put anything on my face. So, but when I was, I would get a lot of compliments because I know how to put makeup on. I would get a lot of compliments because I just knew how to do it precisely to where it looked like I had it done professionally. And a friend of mine, well, an associate, I would say, says to me, why you don't wear the red lipstick no more? Because I switched to like a violet. It went with my complexion really good, right? And people would say, oh my God, that lipstick is so pretty on you, and I just picked it up one day and I liked it and that was it. So she says to me, why you don't wear your red lipstick anymore? I said, because I don't want to. I want to switch. Well, you need to go back to it. But she had on the lipstick she liked. It was because she didn't like the fact that I was getting the compliments on this lipstick. Because in actual reality, the lipstick that I was wearing was prettier than the one that she wanted me to go back to. So you have to be able to pick up on things and separate yourself from that, because you don't want to be around someone who is jealous of you, because jealousy can lead to hate, and then hate can lead to unaliving or wounding you or scarring you. Don't have that kind of vibe in your life, in your circle. I had a friend one time that told me I had moved into a nice apartment. It was a luxury apartment. It was actually a luxury apartment. It was called a luxury apartment. And she shopped right down the street at this shopping mall. Okay? And I told her, well, come and visit me at my place. It's 5 minutes from the shopping mall. You go there all the time. She told me, I can't find your place. I'm going to get lost. I said, well, all you have to do is Google it, but it's literally 5 minutes up the street. You won't miss it. The sign is on the gate. Well, nah, I probably get lost. Okay, so I was kind of puzzled, because when I'm a friend, I'm a friend. I was puzzled. Well, the next week, she told me she was going to someplace up maybe 4 or 5 hours from where we are. And I was like, she said, girl, I'm going to put it in my Google map. But 5 minutes up the road to come see me, she couldn't do. So I knew, okay, bingo, I see what's going on. You don't want to come see me because you're having some issue with me. So I had to start scaling myself back. And that's what you have to do. You have to scale yourself back. And if you are the one feeling that kind of way, somebody is successful and they are having happy things and good things happening in their life, and you feel yourself saying, well, things ain't happening for me. Why they got it, Ask God to help you with that, because it'll grow. And once it grows, it can turn into hate. And you don't want it to do that. You want to be happy for other people so God can bless you. You don't want to be jealous and envious of other people, but it's easy. It can sneak up on you, because we all are capable of doing all things that's not good. We're capable of doing unimaginable things. And that's scary, because you just don't know how you will react, you just have to be careful. And that's what I want to talk about today. Do not let that consume you. Don't let their bad energy consume you. Don't be around them. And don't you be around people. You may have to separate yourself if you're going through that. If you are feeling the spirit of envy and jealousy, you may have to separate yourself from them so that you won't get yourself in that situation where you're hating. It goes both ways, Like I said, I might have said this earlier in the video when a woman told me that it looked like nothing bothers me, like I go through nothing. And I can't keep up with you. I had no idea this woman was trying to keep up with me. I can't keep up with you. I was like, I never asked you to keep up with me. And I noticed she had started acting funny toward me and things like that. And then she finally came out and told me, I can't keep up with you. You look like nothing will ever bother you. Everything looked perfect for you. That was far from the truth. Far from the truth. But people see you in a different light when they are feeling some type of a way. They see you totally different. You're not going to see yourself the way they see you unless you are conceited and pompous. You're going to see yourself better than everybody, and then that's just delusional. There's always somebody out there bigger, better, and badder, and beautifuler than you. You know, that's just the way life is, you know. But unless you just, you know, crazy and think, hey, I'm better than the whole world, and now you got a whole nother problem. Now you're dealing with pride. And pride comes down. You wind up on your butt, you know. So anyway, I'm going to end the video here, and I am going to ask you all to have a wonderful weekend. And with that being said, I'm going to say vielen Dank. That's thank you very much in German. So vielen Dank for watching me. And choose, that's what? That's bye in German.